escape poverty, and do incredible things. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, such dreams are coming true. Together, we give children a chance to set their sights high and succeed in school and in life by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and so much more so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
Greg Bakun here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. Greg Bakun here. 'Tis the season. Instead of cramming into the family car to hunt for holiday lights, let Minneapolis Trolley Tours do the driving. Join us for the enchanting Merry and Bright Christmas Light Tour, where we glide through a winter wonderland filled with twinkling lights, festive decor, and plenty of holiday cheer. This uplifting experience wraps you into the holiday magic from the comfort of a cozy, festively decorated, climate-controlled trolley. You'll enjoy dazzling light displays, scenic routes only our trolleys can access, and live narration, never pre-recorded, that brings the sights to life. There are multiple photo stops perfect for holiday cards and memory making with family and friends. Before or after the tour, browse the holiday market inside the historic Pillsbury Club, featuring handcrafted gifts, artisan goods, and locally made treasures. The perfect place to find something special for everyone on your list. Tours depart from the Pillsbury Club. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for cloudy skies tonight with a low around 7. Saturday, some light snow with a high near 16. And Sunday, sunny with a high around 10. We're asking you to stand with us in this critical moment. Without your support, AM 950 and Progressive Radio is at serious risk of disappearing. A one-time or sustaining donation keeps your progressive voice on the airwaves. You'll also receive a 2026 calendar as a thank you. Find more details about memberships at am950radio.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And it is Casual Friday, everybody. Welcome to GhostBox Radio, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun, and I hope that everyone is getting ready and going to have a fantastic weekend as we ease into it. Thank you very much for spending your Friday night with us, as we have some stuff we want to get to today. And I always love doing this. Meanwhile, in Eden Prairie, we have Adam joining us tonight. Adam, how are things going down in Eden Prairie?
It's cold, man. It is like seriously cold out here tonight. It is, they say it's 18 degrees currently, but that wind chill right now, it is blistering cold. And I'm not happy about it.
I hadn't been out there since this afternoon, and I'm sure it's not going to be great. Just you and I were talking before coming on the air, and it's just like I'm already done. I mean, it sounds so ridiculous. I mean, we've had snow. Only snow first fell about a week or two ago, and now we've had like 3-4 different snowfalls of some measurement, and it's like, I'm done. Can we stop this now, please? Can we hold this off till January at the very least? Let's just, enjoy no snow. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be the opposite.
And no, unfortunately not. And that's why I think we need to relocate the show to San Diego. But that's just me.
Well, I'll tell you, if we did that, then that means that we'd be doing the show every night at 8 p.m., which isn't so shabby either. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
Still have it on 10 o'clock over in Minnesota, and we'd still have our finger on the pulse of the local paranormal scene. I'm sure, something like that. So
you know enough people, of course.
Yeah, we'll just fill us in. Fill
Yeah.
us in what's going on, and we'll be just fine. Do you know today is December 5th? Do you know what day that is? What any significance to that?
It's my Aunt Brenda's birthday.
That's exactly right. No, there's
Right
a little bit more to it than that, but happy birthday to Aunt Brenda. I mean, that's great. It's Krampus night.
Oh, that's right. Tonight, all the bad children get put in a bag.
Yep, that's right. And so if we have time, we'll talk a little bit more about what the whole Krampus legacy is and legend and all that stuff. We'll get to that. We also have question of the week that we'll talk about in the second segment. Question of the week tonight, which another barn burner online. So hopefully people will be happy to put in a comment or give us a call. The question of the week is, have you ever had anything paranormal happen to you at a cemetery? If so, please share. If you want to call in and talk to us about it, that's 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. As I think it's really interesting. But I guess maybe people just haven't had a whole lot, but we can talk about that. Joanne up in Canada says, we are damn cold up here to grrr. Grrr. Grrr.
Minnesota is Canada light, so they get a little bit more cold, but it's still enough for me to complain about here.
Oh, it's still cold. It's still cold here. And like I was saying, when I was brushing off my truck this morning, I was outside. It felt great, actually. It was very mild, at least up here. And I was wearing shorts, as one does, and I'm like, this is fine. I'm sure the temperature has changed, but a couple days before, like yesterday, was ridiculously cold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can tell things are cold if I'm wearing jeans. I mean, that's just as simple as that. So.
Yeah, if you're wearing long pants, then it's got to be below 29 degrees
at least. And so I'm the harbinger of cold. I do want to touch on something real fast before we get any further here. One of the things I want to say too is we talked about this Wednesday a little bit. Brett talked about it before we came into the program. We are doing this thing where every year AM 950 is asking for people to become members of our station, and if you are enjoying the programming beyond even GhostBox, but anything, but it also GhostBox, we are a small station. We are not a big station. As I said on Wednesday, we are not like a Clear Channel or iHeartRadio or anything like that. We are a station owned by a very nice man named Chad, who he caters to small business. That's why all the ads you hear on here, you never hear national ads. You always hear local ads with people who we make advertising affordable for people so that their voices can be heard. We do a lot of advertising with different groups and stuff so that we believe everyone should be heard. And so right now we are doing a membership drive for AM 950. Please consider go over to am950radio.com. At the very top, it says become a member. Click on it. There are different amounts that you can give depending on what you're able to do. It's Christmas, I understand, but it's something that, like I said, we're not a big company. So even though we're getting by, I mean, you never know how long something lasts if we don't get some additional support. So I'm not going to harp on this too much because I know everyone's asking for money this time of year. All I ask is please go over to am950radio.com, check out, become a member. It really makes a big difference. And like Brett said, depending on the level that you sign up for, you get a 2026 calendar as a gift. And I helped work on that a little bit, and I'm very proud of it. And it's a very nice piece. It's all about all the beautiful areas of Minnesota, really nice photography. So just that's all I'm going to say about it. But I asked folks to please consider doing so and take a look. And that's it, Adam. That's all I'm going to say about that.
The photos are very superb. I do really like this year's photo set in the calendars.
They are nice. They are very nice. And so yeah, it's cool. And you know what, the thing that I find very interesting now, I've been, this is like my 5th year with the calendars, is that people really dig them. And I don't mean that as like a disparagement, but it's like, you think to yourself, oh, okay, I'm getting a calendar. Thanks. That's great. But you get it. And it's first of all, it's printed by Minuteman Press in Minneapolis, and the quality of the print is phenomenal. They do an amazing job. They've been a great supporter and partners of ours for years. And then, like you said, the pictures are phenomenal. It feels good. It looks good. And people love them. They absolutely, when last year we were a little late sending them out, and we were getting people like, where's my calendar? Where's my calendar? It's great. And so, yeah, it's fun, and it does look good. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, I thought the layout was great this year, and the photos that were selected that Matt and I believe his wife took a couple of them as well this year. Yeah. Those photos this year turned out just fantastic.
Yeah, they're very nice, and Matt certainly gets around Minnesota, and he's taking pictures, and I think especially now that these have taken off, these calendars, I think every time he goes out, I'm pretty sure he has his mind set on, I might possibly get that picture that's going to end up being in the calendar this year. So, I think it's always on his mind, and he's, who knows how many he takes and goes through before he whittles down the ones that he wants to put in there. I bet it's quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised. So
I've always kind of imagined bumping into him in public, and he'd have like the big Nikon camera around his neck. That's how I think he rolls around the cities, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, he's all over the place. You can't contain Matt, that's for sure. Bruce says in the comments, it's too cold when the air makes my face hurt. Absolutely.
And even through the beard, it still makes it hurt.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that as well. In some ways, it gets a little worse especially if you get like snow thrown. Not that people are throwing snow in my face per se, but like the wind and stuff, and it just like then it freezes on your beard, and you're like, oh my God, this is hell. I mean, this is funny enough snow, and it's still hell. And it's
the only nice part about that is when the beard freezes. When you go inside, you can treat it a little like a bonsai tree. Take a little off here, take a little off here, set with it for a minute, see how you feel before it thaws out, before getting rid of a few more.
There are days I'm just like, I hold on to it. Like, do I cut today? Today is the day I cut.
It's always the lean underneath. All right, how many chins can I still see? Nope, right. Not cutting it.
No, as long as my face is still just perfectly round, that beard is going to stay.
My beard is completely a substitute for a jawline. I give you no qualms about that.
I've been watching TikTok videos where the trend is, and it's not a trend I plan on following anytime soon, is that guys are shaving off their beards as a surprise to their girlfriends or wives. So that's one reason why I'm not going to be doing it, because I have neither. But also just like, and the look on their face is like, you monster, what did you just do? Like do they not realize it can grow back? I don't know, maybe they don't know that. I mean, they're women, so they don't have to deal with the beards. So
I did it once when my child was little and she didn't recognize me. Like Morgan was 2.
Was she terrified of you, like as a stranger?
Yeah, like stranger danger. Like, who is this? Why are you hanging out with my mom? Type thing.
Some of the even wives kind of react like that, like they're like backing away from, and it's like, wow. I mean, and maybe that's the case because you're so you're so used to seeing someone a certain way. And our dear friend Bruce is in the comments here. He has quite the beard as well. I mean, it's just like you do that, and I feel like I would be in one of those situations that I would be like, you know what, I'm gonna shave this off just because I want to do something different. The moment I do it, I think I would immediately regret it. Just immediately regret it.
You do. You totally do. The last time I went completely clean shaven, after I put everything away and looked at it before my kid freaked out, I even was like, oh, this was a bad decision. I should have at least just left a Fu Manchu or something.
Yeah, I mean, it just and yeah, I know. I mean, look at Jelly Roll. I mean, just he shaved off his beard, and he looks like he's like 30 years older. Honestly,
Yeah, it really does. I saw him not too long. He also dropped like 100 pounds.
he did. He did.
Yeah.
He got himself in a little bit better shape for sure.
Yeah, but first time I saw him without the beard, it's like my initial thought was Post Malone really let himself go.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, that's Jelly Roll. Okay, my bad. Too many facial tattoos, and they're not Mike Tyson, so I'm not sure who they are.
Well, and I thought to myself, well, I guess that's what a 50-some-year-old guy like my age looks like without a beard. And then I realized, like, yesterday was his birthday or something. He's like 40. He just turned 40.
Oh,
and like, whoa.
Yeah, life's been hard for that man. If he's only 40, oof.
Yeah, and it's like if I were him, I'd be growing that thing back right away. But
get like the Chia Pet stuff, like grow faster.
Oh, I know. I mean, and I'd hate to know how long it would take me to grow mine back because facial hair didn't really grow all that quickly, and like this thing that hangs down from my chin here, like about 1.5 inches, it's like you said about the chin line, you take that off and it's just like, whoa, okay. Right? It's an optical illusion is what that is.
It really is, and it's one that works at least in my favor.
Oh, it works in my favor too. I mean, it's just like, and when I was at least even 20 pounds lighter, it really works as an optical illusion. This is just more like, for me, just makes myself feel better. But yeah, no, it's something for sure. And I just like, even when I trim it, because I'll trim it like every other week, and I get really nervous, like, just be careful trimming it. Don't go fast, because you'd hate to make a mistake where you end up having to be like, well, I need to shave off more so I can grow it back properly, that sort of thing. So
yeah, I've been in that situation too. So I ended up with mutton chops once, just because I'd messed up so bad. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to go with the mutton chops. I'll leave the mustache portion. I'll do the whole Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead thing. It's like, that's British enough to go to Renfest.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't know if I would be one of those liars that would be like, oh, because everyone would be like, oh, what did you do? Why did you do that? And, I don't know if I could tell the truth. Like, I just don't know how to shave my face. I might be like, well, I think I'd look good this way, even though I'd probably look like an absolute idiot.
Oh, I looked like a total tool, and I owned up to it that I screwed up shaving. I totally owned up to it.
I remember a teacher once who had a beard, and he came in one day with clean shaven, and and people are like, oh my God, like we can't see past his beard. And he was honest. He's just like, yeah, I screwed up shaving. And this before I even could shave. So I'm like, how can you do that? Well, trust me, I've done it. I did it in the UK actually once, where I have this, and I made it so uneven. And I just like, I'm not shaving off my beard here. I'm not, I'm gonna try to make it not look like complete Dorkville, but I'm not doing that. So
that's when you just grab a shirt that says, I'm a Picasso fan.
Yeah, right, exactly. or like have my head tilted a certain way for like 3 weeks. It's like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. What's wrong with you? So question of the week, folks, please put it in the comments. Question of the week is, have you ever had anything paranormal happen to you at a cemetery? We go there to visit loved ones, we go there for funeral services. Some of us have done investigations in there, so to speak. We'll talk about that, but I'd like to know about you. What's going on? Have you ever had anything, just even by being in there, anything kind of weird or whatnot? We got people who've responded in social media today. I'd like to know your thoughts. Put in the comments. You can give us a call, 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get question of the week. We'll talk about other stuff. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. Greg Bakun here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. Greg Bakun here. 'Tis the season. Instead of cramming into the family car to hunt for holiday lights, let Minneapolis Trolley Tours do the driving. Join us for the enchanting Merry and Bright Christmas Light Tour, where we glide through a winter wonderland filled with twinkling lights, festive decor, and plenty of holiday cheer. This uplifting experience wraps you into the holiday magic from the comfort of a cozy, festively decorated, climate-controlled trolley. You'll enjoy dazzling light displays, scenic routes only our trolleys can access, and live narration, never pre-recorded, that brings the sights to life. There are multiple photo stops perfect for holiday cards and memory making with family and friends. Before or after the tour, browse the holiday market inside the historic Pillsbury Club, featuring handcrafted gifts, artisan goods, and locally made treasures. The perfect place to find something special for everyone on your list. Tours depart from the Pillsbury Club. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And it is Casual Friday, and thank you very much for spending time with us as we ease into the weekend. And I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend as well. As we get into things, I just want to let people know and remind them all that this weekend, tomorrow, the 6th, and Sunday the 7th, I am going to be taking part in the Charvinity and Maria Shaw Holiday Fair. That's going to be happening over at the Doubletree by Hilton Minneapolis Airport Hotel. That's 2020 American Boulevard in Bloomington. And coming out, they're going to have, as usual, they're going to have a lot of healers. There's going to be, there's going to be holiday Christmas bingo with prizes. And like Sunday is going to be the Crossing Over Gallery. Like I said, lots of great healers with all sorts of different modalities. It's always a lot of fun. Hopefully, some of you can come on out, say hello. You know, it's very cold out. So if you want something to do, come on out for that. Also, if you're out at the Mall of America doing some Christmas shopping, stop on by. It's only $5 to get in. You know, it's a lot of fun and great people there. I'm going to be there, but beside that, there's going to be great people, and it's going to be always good. So please do that. Also, I want to remind folks too, we had psychic medium Refined Divine on the program, and on Wednesday, and she was talking about an event that she's having tomorrow in Osseo, Wisconsin. And also, I think on the 7th as well, Manifesting the Dream Life You Desire by Understanding Your Gifts, hosted by Refined Divine. This is a 2-day event that helps you to be able to manifest what you want. And we talk about manifesting quite a bit. And being able to have Deb help you with this and help guide you with this, it's pretty cool. You can get information by that. Go over to Refine Divine on Facebook, and under events, you're going to find it. It's called Manifesting the Dream Life You Desire by Understanding Your Gifts. This is in Osseo, Wisconsin, not Osseo, Minnesota, but Osseo, Wisconsin. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So a lot of great things happening this weekend. And definitely, please go check out some of them. And if you go to any of them, please let them know that you heard about it through GhostBox Radio. So that's going to be a busy weekend. Lots of stuff, Adam. Lots of good stuff.
So what time do you have to be there early tomorrow morning for the Charvinity show?
Well, poor Char doesn't have as many helpers as she needs, which she's don't get me wrong, she's going to cope and it's going to be just fine, but I'm going to stop by earlier than I normally would, so I can help guide people in, some of the practitioners and help make sure they have an easier way to get in for their setting up tables and stuff. So I'm going to try to be there around 7:30 tomorrow morning to so I can set up my stuff and I can help out a little bit. That's for me, that's early. That means for me, that's a 6:15 a.m. wake up call. And we talked about this before, Adam. I'm already thinking, it's like deeply on my mind. Like it's gonna make it so I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight because I know I'm gonna have to get up a little bit earlier. I'm such a baby about that stuff. I really am.
I am too. God bless you for getting up that early to go help out Char. You are definitely a good friend and a good man helping out with that.
Well, she's so good. She is such a kind person. And, I say this before, and I really hope that we get more people out to them. I mean, they've been, the attendance has been getting better. They've been growing, but this event is such a unique event that Char puts on because it's her energy. It's her energy. And it's so kind and it's so sweet. And she really wants the best for people. Just like Deb, so that's, and I've said this about Deb's events also. They're so good. And the energy is so good with both of these. So, we always say, support the local fairs. Please support the local fairs because it's just people like we talked about with AM 950 and the local businesses. Deb is a local business. She's a small business. So you want to make sure that everyone is, we're able to help them so that they can grow their business, quite frankly.
And also it's a great way to start finish off the year and begin the new year with a new outlook, get a couple of readings, see how you think you should align yourself for the upcoming 2026.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I just, it's going to be a lot of fun. And if I wasn't doing the Charvinity Fair, which I'm super excited to do tomorrow because you meet so many people, I probably would be going out to Osseo and trying and taking part in that. Because I mean, these people help us. They really do. And you've talked about it. I was listening, you talking about some of the practitioners that you have met, like at Deb St. Cloud event. And it's just like all these people, first of all, each one, Char and Deb, they vet their practitioners. So it's not just anybody coming in. These are really high quality practitioners and they really know what they're doing. And yeah,
it's really like I've sat through some of the Tuesdays and Thursdays classes that my wife does because she's in one of Deb's programs as well. And as it goes through, you can really end up telling who is actually taking the classes seriously and who isn't.
Yep.
And it's really like an NFL combine for Deb and Char to be like, all right, you can continue to work with me. You can't. And it really very much is like every week you're being put through the paces with Deb's classes, and it's really, really neat.
Well, and I can imagine, your wife, she's like, the class doesn't end when the class ends. It never ends, right? It's just constantly working on what she learned, not just that night, but the accumulation of all that. It's something that, because the whole point is that you grow it so that you actually become it. You are it, but then it helps you to really like take it all in and
Oh yeah,
create that new life basically from it.
and unlock so much potential that pretty much everybody has. You just need to be able to get in there and do it.
And that's one reason why I haven't yet, because honestly, I think about it, because I think about, I should really do this because I know I have gifts and stuff, but at the same time, it's like there's so many other things. Like before I came on the show, I'm working on one of my other side things and one of my British television videos, which I love and love and love doing. It's like it has to come to a point that like your body and your mind is saying, now I'm ready. Now I'm in a place that I'm going to be able to really benefit from these classes and not just take them, which I've also seen too on the Shar side, people taking classes because they want to, but they want to do that. Hold on, I just want to see something here. Now, did Deb not say Osseo, Wisconsin on Wednesday?
Yeah, and I could have swore she had that pronounced wrong. Yeah,
it's Osceola. Catherine has corrected us kindly, and I appreciate that. Osceola, Wisconsin. Deb did say Osseo, though. She might have been misplaying. I'm looking on her thing. No, but it says Osseo on the Facebook event. No, it's Osseo. It's Osseo, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just...
I don't know. My wife's out there. Let me see if I can track her and see exactly what town it says she's in. I have Stalker 360 on my phone.
Because it said there is an Osseo, Wisconsin, and we know that, and we know it's an hour and a half. And afterwards, we talked to Deb and Dave because you all were thinking about heading out that way. Nope, it's Osseo, Wisconsin. It's not Osceola.
Yeah, my wife is out there right now, and she's been out there all day.
Yeah,
she's helping with the setup and everything. So right on.
Yeah, nope.
But then again, it is Wisconsin, so I will likely butcher every pronunciation of every city in Wisconsin outside of Baraboo because that one's just so easy.
Baraboo.
Hey, boo boo.
So, and the reason why I thought, because when I thought, oh, maybe it is Osceola, because I get things wrong all the time. So I'm figuring maybe I just misheard, but no, it is Osseo, Wisconsin, where Deb's event is tomorrow. And you go to Refine Divine on Facebook, and there you can find out everything about it, where it's at and everything, as well as the time and everything else. So there you go. That's how that works. So my goodness.
I would say MapQuest it, but I don't think that's around anymore.
MapQuest. Yeah. So question of the week. Have you ever had anything paranormal happen to you at a cemetery? Please share. Now you used to live but right up to a cemetery, right?
Yep. The cemetery was actually my backyard for the longest time growing up. And I would see figures every once in a while out there in the graveyard. And my mom would be like, oh, they're just going home. And I would, from time to time, stay up as late as I possibly could, staring out my bedroom window into that graveyard, just seeing if I can see more people going home. When I got older, she explained to me, what spirits were and things like that. And I was lucky enough that, yes, I had a very Catholic family, grew up next to a church. They were all into the paranormal. My mom, my aunts were very big proponents of, not saying, oh, it's just, your imagination type thing. They were very good. It's like, it's possible it could be a ghost. They never, ever shunned that. And I'm very thankful for that.
The one thing I'm going to say to people when we talk about where, maybe, you live next to a cemetery, or there's been many a times that after an end of a night, I might see a cemetery. I might go in and just walk around in it at night, in the middle of the night. They're not scary, folks, okay? Unless there's some human being, living human in there that wants to do some harm or something, they're not scary. We are programmed to be afraid of death. We're programmed to be afraid of, the dark and stuff like that. And in this situation, that is not the case. And I mean, you got it firsthand, Adam. You grew up next to one. You probably don't have any sort of fear about cemeteries whatsoever.
No, in fact, they're, no pun intended, they're very, very peaceful. And
They are.
at times, especially when I was in college, there was a cemetery not too far from the first college I went to. I'd go hang out in there in Quincy, Illinois, by myself, just take a book and a flashlight and do my studies.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I grew up in St. Anthony Village, right next to Roseville and New Brighton, and on the border of Minneapolis. And there's always this very little cemetery there that I've never been into before, because we drive past it all the time, but I never actually went in there. And about maybe 3 years ago or something like that, and after I met with some friends, and I'm just driving around because we met in St. Anthony. I don't get to St. Anthony very often anymore. So I'm driving around, even it's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm driving around because I'm just like, I want to see the place again, St. Anthony. And I see that cemetery and the gates are open. And I'm like, you know what? I've never been in here. I want to check it out. And I go in there and I stop the car, and it's July, I think. And I'm just walking around, and I'm just enjoying it. It's like you said, it's very peaceful. I took a lot of pictures of like buildings in the nighttime and stuff like that, and never once, it's never like, ooh, what's going on here? It's like, no, this is just, if anything, perhaps I'm intruding on them, but I'm really just keeping to myself and just walking around and getting a little bit of exercise in. But it's also, it's a calm. There's such a wonderful calm in there.
It is. And I'm also one of those people that when I do go to cemeteries, I actually go and I look at the tombstones and I look at the
Yes.
dates. And, I'm one of those weird ones who still want to piece together the history and things like that. And so there's one cemetery I want to go into, and it's over by my house. If you take Winnetka down towards Golden Valley, there's this big cemetery there in Golden Valley, and it's got this beautiful gate up front, and it looks tremendous. I've got to get in there at some point. My daughter's also taking a digital photography class, so in the spring, her and I kind of have a daddy-daughter date to go peep out and take some great pictures in there.
Yeah, no, it's so nice going into these places and just checking them out. And I am also the same thing. And I'll go look at tombstones. I'm very interested in dates. Excuse me. And the one thing that, like, up in Rogers and stuff, old St. Walburga Cemetery over by Mary Queen of Peace. I've been there many a times. A lot of spirit activity there. And the one thing that I notice a lot of is a lot of child deaths in the late 1800s, which are sad. But I also, and I'm sure you do this too, if you see like a tombstone like pushed over or something, you're gonna put it back. You're gonna try to make it so it's the best that you can. Because the one thing that I always believe about, one of the reasons why I'm in this field, is because I don't think I don't want people to be forgotten, especially like that.
Exactly. And I'm one of those who will go and clear, like if something's overgrown, we'll clear the weeds out and things like that if I'm there. And I don't even know who this person is or was. But it's just like, they're over here in the corner, everything's just kind of grown up over it. Yeah, go pull some weeds. It ain't gonna hurt me.
Absolutely. I see Linda in the comments, and Linda, I have a question for you, because Linda, she responded to question of the week, and I was just curious because let's see, she says was driving home about the question of the week, which was, have you ever had anything paranormal happen to you at a cemetery? And she responded, was driving home late one night, going past the local cemetery in Hollister, California, and I got a hello, Linda. That was in the mid 90s. And Linda, my question to you is, was that like a disembodied voice? Was that through the radio? I mean, I'm just curious how that information, how that communication came to you. That's very cool. I mean, I think that's very great. Um, let's see. She also says, "Has the weather your way feel freezing?" Well, yeah. I mean, it's weather in Minnesota is a completely different thing.
We get 4 weeks of really nice weather throughout the entire year, and it's really only 4 weeks, and they're never together.
That's funny. Have you ever had anything paranormal happen to you at a cemetery? Lauren says, "Yep, plenty." But seeing the cemetery guardian was the best. He is also known in certain cultures as the ferryman. Any spirits still attached to their bodies are ushered to afterlife by cemetery guardian, who must be an angel, as he was quite beautiful, 7 feet tall, light blue eyes, long white gown. Whenever entering a cemetery, always ask the guardian for permission and leave him offerings. Yeah, interesting.
I've heard of the cemetery guardians before, and I'm just glad someone's actually ran into them, because it's a story I've heard before.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just cool to have somebody who had an account of one. That is cool.
And I also like, and it's a good reminder for folks, when you're doing any sort of like entering anything where you have, spirits and stuff as houses or anything, always say hello, introduce yourself, ask for permission to come in. Always, that's just how it works. It's always nice just to be able to have those type of manners. Linda says, regarding the story about what she heard her name, she says it was a disembodied voice. I heard it in my head. Very cool. Very cool.
That is neat.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. Linda also says, we've been having 2 weeks of freezing temperatures at night. Feels like snow weather near the coast. Well, we've had a lot. we have a lot, and it's only December. The January is when it becomes ridiculous. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it, Adam? That's
Oh, did I not put in that vacation notice? I plan on hibernating throughout the month of January.
You and Yogi Bear sharing a cave together. Yeah.
You darn right, boo-boo.
Folks, if you have any stories that you want to share about cemetery, please put it in the comments. Give us a call, 952-946-6205. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get back to everything. Anything on your mind, put it in the comments as well. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. Greg Bakun here. 'Tis the season. Instead of cramming into the family car to hunt for holiday lights, let Minneapolis Trolley Tours do the driving. Join us for the enchanting Merry and Bright Christmas Light Tour, where we glide through a winter wonderland filled with twinkling lights, festive decor, and plenty of holiday cheer. This uplifting experience wraps you into the holiday magic from the comfort of a cozy, festively decorated, climate-controlled trolley. You'll enjoy dazzling light displays, scenic routes only our trolleys can access, and live narration, never pre-recorded, that brings the sights to life. There are multiple photo stops perfect for holiday cards and memory making with family and friends. Before or after the tour, browse the holiday market inside the historic Pillsbury Club, featuring handcrafted gifts, artisan goods, and locally made treasures. The perfect place to find something special for everyone on your list. Tours depart from the Pillsbury Club. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets. Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com. Have you ever met someone
who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And join me Monday on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We are going to see the return of author Joe Prozit as we are talking about his newest book that's going to be coming out in January, but we're going to be talking a little bit about it early. The Reality Reaction Team. Joe is always great. I love talking with him. Such a very down-to-earth author, also local. And it's always nice to catch up with what he's doing. Some at Twin Cities Con. It's always good to catch up with him. That's going to be Monday. Tuesday, we are going to be talking with David L. Sloan. He has recently wrote a book, How Key West Killed JFK, The Island That Changed the Course of History. A very good book. We're going to be talking about that. Wednesday, Kadrick Olson is going to be joining us as well. It's always great to have Kadrick on. So lots of stuff. And Adam, we're about 2 weeks out, and we're going to see the return of Moon Girl, Mistress of the Paranormal, talking about the 2026 predictions.
Well, her scorecard for 2025 was pretty darn good. I can definitely give you that.
She shared some of it with me through Messenger a little while ago, and it's like, okay. All I'm going to say about it is based on what she wrote, I would hate to be named Adam. Anyway, so I think I've said too much already, quite frankly. So laughing at my own joke, probably no one else's. That'd be par for the course, to be perfectly honest here. One of the things I did not do is talk. I mean, I've had a lot of paranormal experiences in cemeteries too. Got some great EVPs and stuff out there, but one that really sticks in my mind is I brought up Old St. Walburga Cemetery over by Mary Queen of Peace and Rogers. And one of the things about that is that I was with my friend Jessica, and we were going to different kind of haunted locations in the St. Michael area. We went up to one called St. John's, just up the road from Old St. Walburga, and we got some sort of energy there. And it wasn't bad, but we got something there. We came up the road to Old St. Walburga, and it's at night, and we're sitting on a bench, and we're at the front of the cemetery. The back of the cemetery is closer to the cemetery we just left. And we wondered if we could bring that energy that we got at St. John's over to Old St. Walburga. And we tried, and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, something bolted at us from the back of the cemetery. There is actually residential area right around there. And so there's a wood fence, and something black just showed up, and it just darted at us. And I don't think that there is, once again, folks, just because it's something that looks dark, like a shadow or something, doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that there's something to keep, and the whoosh of energy, the whoosh of wind, all that. Insane. It was absolutely insane. So I don't know. That was fun. That was a lot of fun, Adam. I like that.
That sounds like that'd be really cool, especially if you felt like the wind of it.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, that is so neat.
Jessica was just like, "What the hell?" So I don't think she said hell, by the way. We're talking about whatever's on your mind tonight. 952-946-6205. We're going to the phones right now. We have Linda Judd on the phone. Linda, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I was remembering that around where I live, a long time ago, I guess in the 18-somethings, the land around here was just nothing but farms where I live right now. But then it developed in the apartments that are here. But when I moved to the apartments, I ended up I guess about 2-3 year period of time, I helped cross over like 5 or 6 ghosts, and I could feel them when they were in my apartment. So I would call my friend Angela Boley and said, Angela, is there somebody there? She said, yeah. And they were crossing over. And so I learned, the kind of verbiage that you need to have to help cross them over. And it was really cool. I haven't had any in the last few years. And I went searching and found a topographical map, and there were nothing but farmsteads. No streets, no anything like that. And I live in a valley that's called Santa Clara Valley, and it was nothing but fruit trees all over this place. So you can imagine it's really beautiful when they're all blossoming. But one of the farms did have a cemetery, and when a church was built, they gave all of those people who died over to the cemetery. So a graveyard is something that's private, and a cemetery is more of a public thing. And but there was a rumor, and this rumor came from I found out about it from the Cal State San Jose University.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found out that some of the headstones that were transferred never had bodies go over with them. And I think those souls that I happened to run into, they came by my apartment, and I mostly knew they did things in the apartment, mostly moved the magnets around on the refrigerator, and I could also feel them.
Oh, sure.
And so it was really great learning all that stuff from Angela.
Well, and you've heard we've had Angela on the show before, right?
Yeah. And it was a great thing. And when we moved into this apartment here, the very first night that we actually stayed, I had this really strong urge to go out to the car at 11 o'clock at night and look to make sure we had pulled everything into the apartment. And then I opened the trunk. I didn't see anything that we needed, but I got an urge then to turn around. And when I turned around, there was this guy walking, and I'm watching him walk, and I'm realizing he's a ghost.
Oh, wow.
I could see right through him. He was smoky kind of looking color of what you could see of him, but I could see he had an afro. I could see that he had a loose body like a teenager who was, I was imagining him doing skateboarding, that kind of figure.
So like young energy, Linda?
Yeah. Moved easy, everything like that. And so, of course, then I did call Angela, and it was turned out his name was Tony, and he didn't know he was dead. And he said, so I asked him if he wants to cross over, and he said, yeah. And he said, but can you wait a minute? I need to go say bye to my friends. So like, okay, we'll meet you later. And so in the meantime, I'd met other psychic friends online, and because I watch a lot of podcasts, and there was this now Angela is in Ohio, and this other lady that I met was in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was telling her about Tony, she could see him, and so she was actually the one that I got to help cross him over. And so, but I wanted to verify because I actually did call Angela again, and we talked over the Facebook messengers, and he had crossed over fine. It was really good.
That's great.
So I would actually count him as part of the 5 or 6 that got helped.
Absolutely.
Over.
Linda, we have to cut this short, but that's great. I really appreciate that story. That is really good. Thank you very much.
No problem. I'll talk to you guys later.
All righty. Thank you. I always like hearing from Linda. That's great. And we've had Angela on the program before too. And it's very, very serious conversation because her past life was a dual agent, German and American agent. I mean, she was an American agent, but she had to pretend she was a German soldier in World War II. Those were her orders, and that was very incredible.
And those were the nights where she mentioned the concentration camps, and we both saw the black mass that was in the studio you were setting in, going from your left to right, my right to left, while she was talking about it. I remember the first part of that night very vividly because that was one of the cooler things that I've seen here at the station was that black mass. That was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And real fast, Adam, did I tell you that we had some like some sort of EVP sort of thing happen? Yeah, I think I told you about that with Shar on Tuesday night.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah.
Were you able to clean that up and pull it out?
No, I haven't. I mean, I pulled it out, but I hadn't done any sort of cleanup on it yet. But I might take it to one of the softwares that might, separates audio into stems. I might see if I can get that to sound like something as well.
Oh, that'll be cool. I can't wait to hear that.
That would be really cool. Yeah. So I once again, Linda, thank you for that call. That's really cool. I love hearing people's experiences because you know what? It happens to everybody, even if some of you don't want to admit it yet. It happens. So that's just how it goes. So once again, folks, Refined Divine is going to be in Osseo, Wisconsin tomorrow doing manifestation. Make sure you go out, check out her page on Facebook, follow and like, and that way you can see exactly where this event is and how to get out there. But also come out and see me over at the Charvinity and Maria Shaw Holiday Fair. That's going to be tomorrow and Sunday, both starting at, I believe, 9 a.m. both days. And readings start at $20. Admission at the door is $5, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days. And it's going to be great. That's over at the Doubletree by Hilton Minneapolis Airport Hotel. Go to charvinityfairs.com or Charvinity on Facebook as well. Adam, we're already at the end. It doesn't take long, does it? It moves very quickly.
Quickest hour in radio.
It really is. I mean, we get that told all the time. That, like Joe Prozit, for example, he's always like, I don't know what we're going to talk about for an hour, but it just goes by real fast. So everyone, it's going to be more snow this weekend. Drive carefully. We'll be back Monday with Joe Prozit. Good night.
Hey, Minnesota, it's your favorite sexy liberal. Join